everyone. Thanks again for coming back at Titi's house. So we found out we're going to be on Apple. We were accepted on Apple, right? So when,
Yep.
how much longer?
Finally, probably this week it'll be out.
Oh, good. So we'll start posting our podcast on Apple Podcasts. For those that don't like YouTube and Spotify, that's great news.
Yep.
A lot of people watch Apple
Apple
Music.
Podcasts.
Is it linked to Apple Music? The podcast?
It's not. It's called. It's the Apple Podcast app. That's on. It comes with every iPhone.
So they have to download the Apple Podcast app.
It's already on your phone. It comes with your phone.
Oh,
already
with your
installed.
Apple phone? Oh, why I never seen that? Where is that at? Let me look.
Yeah, just search podcast.
Hold on, y'all. Let's. It's always good to Apple Podcast. Oh, I see it. Podcast,
Yep.
the little purple symbol.
Yep, little purple symbol.
Yeah. Okay.
So we will be on there this
We
week.
will be on the little purple signal icon
Yep.
right here that says podcast.
Yep.
And you see I got Poshmark first, y'all, but there go the podcast right there. And then Twitter, of course. Okay, that's cool to know. So people will be able to just go in there and search at TT's house.
Exactly.
Can you do, can they save notifications and stuff?
Notifications?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Oh, like subscribe to this?
Yeah, subscribe to it and
Uh-huh.
it'll come up. Oh, okay. Yeah, so we'll do that, guys. I think that's going to be good. Okay. So once again, thanks, guys, for coming back at TT's house. So at TT's house, we always talk about relationships and, being single, married, in a relationship, what's happening in society today. And I wanted to talk about, where are people... Guys, if you're single, where are you meeting people at? Where are you meeting online? Are you not meeting online? Because there was a survey that I actually found under Relationships Today, and they said that it's a Stanford study which did a survey of 5,421 adults and said that these couples aren't meeting just online. So I know a majority of people are online dating, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's several apps out there. What do you use for online dating?
Facebook dating app.
Oh, yeah. I like Facebook dating app.
Yeah, Facebook dating app, and then mostly Facebook dating app because everybody got Facebook.
Yeah. I know that my girlfriend said she paid for a membership at eHarmony. She was like, I paid all this money. Nothing came out of that. So it's like you are basically... on these datings, you're paying because some of them are free to meet people, right? And then some are not, of course. But they said, based off this survey, 27% of people are meeting either at a bar or a restaurant, 20% through friends, which I prefer to meet someone through friends, right? That's always a good way to have your friends. But you know what? It's so funny because my friends won't let you hook them up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they'll be like, I don't want you hooking me up. And it's like, why not? If I have a good potential candidate for you, why wouldn't you let me be the matchmaker? You don't trust me to... Yeah, they're like, nah.
I mean, they don't like your judgment.
But I've been in situations where I've tried to hook them up and they're like, I don't know if I want to do that. And it's like, what?
I don't really do friends though, because then it gets messy. It has the potential to get messy. Say that it doesn't turn out right or something crazy happens. I'd rather not. It might
because
just mess
then
up.
you have. That's what they said too.
Yeah.
That if you basically meet somebody through a friend, then it becomes awkward because then your friend
is still friends with them, and then
right,
it's like,
and then it's like, I don't want to hang out with y'all because now we're not friends.
Exactly.
Does that make sense? But I think we're all adults. Does it even have to be that way though?
I mean, I just try to avoid it, so that's why I don't do friends.
Well, they said 20% are meeting through friends, 11% at work, which I never mix business with pleasure.
Exactly,
I don't want to
me
date
neither.
anybody from my job or that I have to see
Every
if
day.
things don't work out.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
how the friends
So-
is though, because then you're gonna still see
Yeah,
them. If
that makes
it's the same
sense. That makes sense.
friend group.
9% at school and 7% through families. Family hooking you up with your potential, like the mom might know somebody that her son is single, and then your daughter's single, and then you kind of hook them up. It's kind of like the matchmaking.
So you said bars had the highest percentage. I think I'm gonna go to a bar tonight.
Yeah. 27%. And I guess out of those percentages, the rest is online.
Yeah, probably.
Which
so.
makes sense, right? So so it's like it's already hard enough to date in 2023. So basically trying to figure out where to meet people. I always tell my girlfriends, like, you got to go to events. Like, go to those events where maybe there's like University of Georgia's having an event on financial planning.
Yeah, things you're interested in.
Things that you're interested in that you might potentially meet somebody in something that you're interested in, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense to me. Relationships are definitely different than they were in the past, right?
Yeah.
Because of all the social media. I think social media tends to allow people to kind of date more than one person. So it's a lot. It's the commitment part of the relationship is no longer there. I think that's hard for people to commit when you got so many people, beautiful people coming at you. So many beautiful people coming at you trying to date you. So it's like, oh, I don't want to commit because I have so many people, you know what I mean, trying to hit on you.
I don't know. I feel like
what do you think about that?
I think people are a lot more socially awkward, so it's a lot more weirder trying to talk to people in person. Like because they're on their phone so much, so it just feels weird. They might,
like, you can text and say whatever you want, and there's no repercussion for that. But when you're in person and say something stupid, they be looking at you like lame. It's so funny because I want to definitely have a podcast where I have my girlfriends come in and us talk about maybe like a cocktails and conversation about dating.
Yeah.
Because it's so funny that one of my girlfriends, and I ain't gonna put you on blast and I ain't gonna say your name, but one of my girlfriends cracks me up when she meets somebody because she'll be like, like she'll go out and meet them like in a public place and they'll do something that to her might be like, that's kind of behavior, or that's kind of that, nah, I can't bring you home because you ain't gonna fit in. Like, you automatically know, you know what I'm saying? But I always tell her, like, damn, you ain't even give him a chance. She was like, nah, he moved his lips funny. Or he did his shoulders a certain type of way. And I can't, and I'm like, so I'm constantly laughing at her because I'm like, dang, dude didn't even have a chance before you put him in the,
the friend zone.
The friend zone, or just, oh no, she blocks him.
Yeah.
Like, she'll meet him online and then block him and be like, no, he did this with his lips. That was kind of me. And I was like,
funny.
what is moving your lips a certain way have to do with him being Does that make sense?
I mean, I don't know. That's from a woman's side of things. But I cancel women for little things. I already told you, remember, like, I can just see that they're lazy or they're uncreative. I ghost people too, so she sounds like me, just the woman version.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm just like, dang, brother didn't even have a chance. Like, dang, he moved his lip, like he shrugged his shoulders the wrong way that made him,
I don't know. I've never
appear feminine.
That's
she
what
said
women have something to look at.
Yeah, she said certain things make them look feminine, and she's like, nah, I can't bring him home to my dad because my dad will be talking about me and him.
That's funny. I mean, that's really what you think about that, because that's really something for a woman to see and notice.
I've noticed, like, some men are very, although they're very alpha males, some of them are very soft spoken.
Yeah.
Like, I guess you got to see them when they're angry to see how they act. You know what I'm saying? Because some men are just very soft spoken and just so. I don't even know how to explain. I don't want to say soft because that don't make you soft because you love somebody and you treat them a certain way.
Either.
I've been with guys that are just...
Or being emotional doesn't make you soft.
No.
That's why I was asking, like, how do you see it?
I don't see that as soft, though. I feel like if a man can cry in front of you and you're his woman and he can cry in front of you, then that means that he's not afraid to cry in front of you and that you have a special relationship with that person, that they can be their authentic self, right?
Yeah,
that's how I feel. But there's a lot of women out here that see that as soft. Like, he ain't no alpha male, he a beta because he crying.
What do you think? Lions and bears don't cry? You think they don't get sad? Like, what are we talking about?
Man, I'd rather see a man cry in front of me and let me know that he shows emotion and it's okay.
Yeah, you know he's not faking. And then also, it's like, what do you think? Gangsters and mob bosses don't cry? Like, if you're talking about alpha males, everybody has emotion. So that's not
everybody.
A good way
and why
to
not
judge.
show your emotion? You got to know a person in detail to know who they really are authentically.
Yeah.
And if a man feels like he's too macho and he can't cry in front of you or can't act a certain way, then I mean, is he really being his authentic self?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Anybody who's tough 100% of the time is hiding something.
Yeah.
That's not really them.
For me, it's a man that, you know, for me dating, I think for me, I've been with a guy that was real alpha and just mean to the core. You know what I'm saying? It was like every day was like a rah-rah moment. It was like always on 100, you know, and it was just like, now that I'm dating somebody who's totally opposite of that, it's just so comforting. You know what I'm saying? It's just so, you're able to be yourself. Because I think when you're with somebody that they're constantly, you know what I'm saying, going,
energy,
it messes your energy up. It really messes up your person. I think people change to be with the people that they're with. And with being with somebody who's totally different, I can be myself. We laugh and everything. And it's like, it's okay to be yourself. You know, we all have dumb moments to say dumb things and do dumb things. Like, it's okay to say dumb things. When you're with somebody who you love, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Right? So, I don't know. But it is hard dating. I know people pay a lot of money for these apps just for the potential of meeting somebody. Like I said, one of my girlfriends, she's paid to be on this app and probably paid for like a whole year, which the subscriptions aren't cheap.
Yeah, they'd be like $30.
I don't even think it's more than that.
That's crazy.
Like $60 a month. And then for the year, you think about the year, if you do it for 6 months, you know, at $60, that's a lot of money. That's $360. So just think, you're trying to meet somebody on here. But going out, I know when I was single and going out with my girlfriends, it was very hard to meet somebody.
That's $720.
That's $720?
If it's
Did I count it
$60
right?
a month.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, guys. My mouth. I'm not good at math. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not going to lie. Not good. Are you sure? Let me do it on my mind. No, I'm just kidding. But, yeah. So, it's like, the point is that you're spending so much money to meet somebody. And the potential of meeting them is just not there.
Exactly.
You have a lot of people not being their authentic selves online either. Y'all, what y'all see online is not what you're getting. Did I tell you about the time I met some dude online? He called me. He was at work, and his friend was waving the gun around.
Yeah,
I
you
was
said
like,
that in one of the episodes.
Goodbye,
Yeah,
click, and I hung up
blocked
the phone. Blocked them, hung up the phone, because I'm like, people are really crazy.
For real.
And that's the kind of people, you meet crazy people in person. I'd rather meet a person in person than to meet them online. I was never good at them dating apps. Just wasn't good at that
Oh,
stuff.
you used to have a Tinder?
No, I ain't never had no Tinder. I think Tinder is just for hooking up, right?
Yeah, I never liked Tinder like that.
Yeah, they say Tinder is just for hooking up.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What you think about that? So what you think about the differences in that? So at eHarmony, they ain't trying to hook up.
That's what they say. They all on there trying.
Okay, so they all trying to hook up. But Tinder is known for the hookup site.
Up, yeah.
Yeah.
Even Match.com. No, I've heard like eHarmony and Match.com are a lot better than the Tinders and the Bumbles. Hinge is supposed to be a good one too, because they say that they make the app and you're supposed to delete it.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, they're like, hey, we want you to find a partner for real. This is based on the commercials I've seen. I don't know.
Which app is this?
Hinge, Hinge.
Oh, Hinge. Okay, I had a girlfriend that was on Hinge. She liked it. She said she met all different classes of men. I think that when you're dating, you definitely have to be open to not just dating within your own race. You got to look outside, because it's so minimal right now. It's like so hard to find the exact partner that you desire, that you may have to look outside your race for that person. They can still have all the same character traits and qualities. They're just a different color than you are. What do you think about that?
100%. I've never looked at somebody and just seen their race and just
right. And so I can't date you because you're white.
Because you're not. Yeah, because you're not. It's like, why do you care what other people are thinking, or why are you even thinking like that? We're all one. We're all humans.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, for me, I really never dated like Latin men. I just was never attracted to them. Man, there's some fine Latinos out there. I ain't gonna lie. Daddy Yankee fine as I don't know what. I mean, I like Latin men. It's just, I don't know. I think it's the stigma, and I hate to say this about my Latinos, but the stigma of men being so machismo in the Latin community, I think that's what really just kind of steered me away from them.
What's that mean, like machismo?
Just in control, aggressive kind of behaviors where the wife, just...
Wife is still very like... old school in
Yeah,
the way
just
that
like
they live.
old school, like, and I know times have changed. It just never dated a Latin guy before. I hate to say that because being Latina, of
Yeah.
course you want to experience that. And I always said I wouldn't mind dating like a Dominican that spoke Spanish, and he had to just be dark skinned because I like dark skinned men. So it's like you brown skin, dark skin. I mean, that's what I'm attracted to. But I don't know. I think it was just being around my brothers and just how they were all the time. Like I was like, I definitely.
Yeah, you just want
I love
something
my
different.
brothers to death, y'all, but I do not want to marry one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do not want to marry one of them. Their views was just different for me. Oh, wife should be at home cooking and cleaning and that kind. No.
Yeah, that makes sense though.
I'm here to be your helpmate. I don't want to be in the house. I mean, that's to each his own. I've been there too, where I was just a housewife and cooking and cleaning and taking care of my kids while they were smaller. And then I didn't go to work until you were about 13 or 14. So, I mean, to each his own. But definitely, I don't know. I just was never attracted to them. My dad always said, I don't care if he green, yellow, orange, purple,
Exactly.
blue. As long as he treats you right and he's a good guy, I don't care what color he is.
Yeah.
It didn't have to. And most, Puerto Ricans and, Latinos can be a little bit, I hate to say, prejudiced when it comes to, dating outside of the race or whatever. But some of them can be. But, yeah, it just was never, it was just never my thing.
Yeah.
And I think in Jersey where I grew up, I don't think I had a lot of Latin friends.
Yeah, there weren't a big
Yeah,
community.
it wasn't a big community of Latinos, couple Panamanians, couple Puerto Ricans. But like I said, I just never swayed that way.
Yeah, you like
But
what you
I
like.
think that, you like what you like. But I think that nowadays in 2023, where anything goes, there's a lot of interracial dating
Oh,
and
yeah, for
marriages.
sure.
I watch a lot of TikTok where I see couples, black women with white men with black women, white girls with black men. Like, it's okay. As long as you're happy and that person treats you well, don't be afraid to look outside of your race for a partner.
Yeah.
Because I think we get stuck in the race thing and we limit ourselves to a good relationship.
As long as she know how to cook and she thick, I'm happy.
You don't care what color she is.
No, not at all.
Hey.
How many arms she got, it don't matter.
Right. You got to have those characteristics that you're looking for in a relationship. So definitely, if they meet all your characteristics and the only thing is that their skin color is not what you want it to be, you got to start thinking outside the box because 2023 is a limit. It's really a shortage of men for women. I mean, I live in Atlanta, y'all. It's a lot of women here in Atlanta and not enough men. And a lot of y'all men here in Atlanta, y'all just think y'all just the creme de la creme because you have so many women to choose from. It's true. That's why men are afraid to make a commitment to a woman because they feel like if you're dating somebody, and I must say, after 18 months, you still have not committed to that person. And not by dating, I mean, y'all are going out on dates. You might be taking trips together. You're doing dinner a couple times a week. He's coming over to your house. He's spending the night. You're going to his house. That's dating, right? Commitment, if you haven't committed to a woman after, in your heart, you haven't had that feeling like, oh, I can make this woman my woman. After 18 months, all you're doing is stopping her from meeting somebody else. And vice versa, ladies, because we do it too.
It can go both ways. Yeah.
It can go both ways. Ladies, we do it too. We'll be like, oh, he's a nice guy, this and that. But we're really not committed to them. And if you're not seeing the potential that you want to see in a man, and this person that you have been dating for a year and a half, let them go and let them find somebody that really values them, right?
Yeah, indeed.
I think that's important because I think a lot of times, we say, oh, it's been a year. I don't put limitations on, I don't put time frames on things, but I definitely do say to myself, if I'm with somebody and things aren't going exactly how I want them to go, I always say I give myself a deadline.
Yeah.
Like if I met you in September and September is coming up and we ain't where we need to be, well, come September, we might not be together, right?
No, for real.
Because you can't,
It's like
you
we're doing
can't
the same
waste
thing.
time.
Yeah.
You're doing the same thing in and out. And if that person isn't committed to you, then, why are you wasting your time?
This is true.
We can't waste time, people. That's for young people, for old people,
Yeah, for everybody.
for
yeah.
everybody. You can't waste time. I see people getting married in their 80s. That's a beautiful thing to find love after 70 years old, you know, and you find this person that you're with and you're carrying out the rest of your life with that person. That's a beautiful thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But if a man or a woman can't tell you after a year and a half you've been dating, you know, doing all the dating stuff, and then all of a sudden, you know, they're not committed.
So you don't trust it.
Don't trust
You
it.
out.
That means you're dating a couple people and that you haven't committed to anybody because you're dating a couple of people. Right? I would think. That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah, or maybe your life is just too busy and you would like to give it more time. I mean, but if y'all are enjoying each other after a year and a half and she's cool with how much time y'all spend together, then you might be right. But if like he just like, yo, I know I can give you more. I just like
I don't have the time.
I don't have the time to add that 100% def because it's different. He can tell you, oh, I can't make this, or oh, I can't do this way more often if he's not your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Then when you gonna expect him to be there.
Right,
way
that's
more.
true. When it's your boyfriend, your expectations
You're like,
are high. I believe that's true
Yeah,
too.
it's like I don't want to make excuses.
Yeah, so you're making like I'm inviting you here.
Yeah,
and
why are you
can
not
never
gonna be
come.
here?
You
Yeah.
can never come. Ladies, if you're inviting this man out and he don't never come, that's because you are not a priority, and that's vice versa too.
Yeah.
You're not a priority, or he's afraid to take you in public.
Grimy.
He's afraid to take you in public because then once you take somebody in public, that means you're a thing, right?
Yeah.
So.
Or he might, might run into somebody else in public. Or she
So-
might run into somebody else in public. That's why she not trying to go.
She ain't trying to take you to the movies because her other boyfriend that come on Wednesdays and Thursdays might be there. Like, you got to be careful. What day of the week lover are you?
That's funny.
I'm just saying, relationships are hard, y'all. Do your research. Make sure that if you're spending time with somebody, you're really getting to know that person, you know. And if that person is not meeting all your needs, get rid of them. Don't waste your time.
You gotta
That's
go.
it. That's my experience at TT's house. Get rid of them if they ain't doing what you want them to do. So let's get into it. In the news. What's up with that?
Let's go.
First, let me talk about this because I thought this was so honorary and such a beautiful gesture on Monica because she was doing a concert in Detroit and a guy punches a lady in the face. I don't know if this is his date.
Yeah.
The woman he's with, maybe y'all are drinking and some emotions get wrapped up and y'all start arguing. I don't
That's
know because
crazy.
you don't see that part of it, but you see Monica saying.
Oh, there's no footage of him punching her?
She caught it.
Yeah.
You just hear her saying, wait a minute, you can't do that. Like you knew something happened because, and then people were like, well, what's happening? Well, apparently the guy punched the lady in the face.
Yeah, he's
I don't know if this was his date, but she said, get his lame up out of here quickly. Like her show is not continuing until you get him out of here.
No, he's wilding.
Which to me, I thought we talked about that, right? We talked about people not stepping in and not saying it. She went into the audience, by the way, and her bodyguard went into the audience too. But I mean, she said something as a woman was like, nah, you can't be doing that.
Yeah,
she
for
said
real.
it triggered. She was very apologetic to the people in the audience. And she said for her, it triggered something within her to say something and stop what she was doing. You know what I'm saying? Which to me, I think that's very honorary of her to do that.
I mean, that dude must do it often. If he felt comfortable to do it in public, he's wilding.
Yeah,
He's like-
why would you do that at a Monica concert?
That's what I'm saying. At a show, it's mad people
You supposed to
around.
be watching her, but she watching you.
Yeah.
Because that's funny to me, too. 'Cause out of all the people in there, she happened to catch that.
Yeah, seen
She
that.
was looking their way. Man, that's crazy. What is up with people? You can't put your hands on people.
Nah,
You
nobody.
don't own them. They don't belong to you. You can't put
Make
your
them
hands on
do
people. You
stuff.
can't make them do certain stuff. And if this was not his woman and just somebody out there, maybe they were, you know, because you're in a concert, people are like on top of people. Maybe
Yeah.
he punched her because she was on. I
Still
don't know.
not a good
It's
reason.
Still not.
Yeah.
I'm not making no excuse.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, we don't know the ins and outs of what happened, but
Yeah.
you can't put your hands on people. Why do you feel like you can do that?
Yeah, he's
And in
wild.
public, somebody should have, one of them dudes should have stepped up. But Monica, I applaud you because oftentimes enough we turn our cheek and we don't say anything and we just walk away, and that's not cool. I applaud her for that. So, oh my God, Kason. I cannot believe this. Now, we talked about this. If you were paying attention at TT's house and watching this podcast, you would know that Katrina and I talked about this back like in March, I want to say, in one of our first episodes or one of our episodes talking about the artificial intelligence technology where they're calling the parents and saying that they've kidnapped your kid. This Georgia mom almost pays $50,000 because she thought her daughter was kidnapped.
Oh, because they had her daughter voice. Yeah, I remember y'all talked about this.
But we talked about this was happening. Now, see, if the Georgia mother would have been watching at Titi's house, she would know this was happening.
The scam was
and
going
it was
on.
a scam. They're still scamming people. People, pay attention. Pay attention. There's people calling you, scamming you, telling you your kids are being held hostage and they need $50,000 in ransom. Luckily, she had the $50,000 to give to somebody.
Crazy.
So I'm wondering, did they target somebody who they knew had the money?
Yeah.
I don't know how they're doing it, but they're doing it. I want to say it's probably some Africans doing it.
Grimy.
But, I don't know. It's not being grimy. You know how sometimes they just be doing these schemes.
Yeah,
I know because I get them on my page sometimes.
Already
Oh,
know.
my wife passed away and I'm just a widower. Man, get off my page with that bullshit. It was 3 people before you that said the same thing. Goodbye.
They'd be like,
then they'd be like, hello, and then the next week their Instagram page is gone.
Yeah.
Come on, don't fall for that stuff, ladies, gentlemen. Come on. Pay attention. At Titi's house is bringing you up-to-date information. Y'all not listening. I need you to listen. Oh, my gosh. So this happened. Grandparents charged with murder.
Grandparents?
Grandparents charged with murder of their 5-year-old granddaughter because she wet the bed.
Oh, my God.
And they beat her to death.
Jesus Christ. They're bugging. What the heck?
How many kids don't pee in the bed, though?
Yeah, I think that's what every kid does.
If you know
right?
she's grandparents, parents, if you know that your child is peeing in the bed, obviously there's something mentally going on. Take them to a counselor to find out why they're peeing in the bed. And if not, if you don't want to take them to the counselor, you talk to them and find out as their parent what is going on emotionally, psychologically. Is something going on with your child that they're peeing in they're afraid of the dark.
Yeah.
Something.
They're having bad dreams, something.
Bad dreams, something. I don't think there's no family that doesn't experience one of their children wet in the bed.
Yeah, put some
plastic
pull-ups or because they
Put
got
a
like
pull-up on
pull-ups for like bigger kids,
Yeah.
right?
Put an adult diaper,
It's
5
like,
years
if
old,
you
put
know
a
that
diaper on her.
exactly. If
you know
she-
she's peeing in the bed. Or put plastic under her sheet so
Yeah.
that when she does pee in the bed, it's not getting your mattress messed up. There's covers now that you can buy from Amazon that are waterproof. Like, you know there's an issue with your child peeing in the bed, but you kill this little girl, you beat her to death?
They about to be peeing in that jail cell.
Oh
Peeing
my
in their
God,
bed.
man, that really broke my heart.
No,
Like,
that's
where, as
crazy.
parents and grandparents, like, where's the love and the sympathy and the empathy that you have for the kids that you raise? I just don't get it, man. That broke my heart.
Yeah,
5 years old, dead because she wet the bed.
man.
It's obviously
Sad to hear
the
that.
grandparents. There's some psychological
Exactly.
shit going on in their head that they couldn't put the pieces together. I don't know.
Usually
man.
the grandparents are the cool ones, the chill ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're usually the ones that allow you to get away with a lot of stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like the mom might have been a little more mad,
But you know,
the
there's grandparents that raise children now because
Yeah.
the parents are either, abusing drugs or just not stable.
Oh, is that what was going on?
I
there?
don't know. I'm just saying that there's instances where the grandparents are the primary,
Yeah.
providers for their grandchildren because their parents, their children haven't been able to raise them for whatever reason. But it puts a lot of pressure on grandparents. You know what I'm saying? Because they've raised their kids.
Already.
They want to enjoy life at a certain age. I always say right now, like, I would love to be a grandmother, but I'm enjoying my life right now too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they.
So imagine you're at an age where it's time for you to enjoy your life and you're taking care of kids that don't belong to you.
They about to enjoy life in prison.
Man, I feel bad, for the little girl, but they're going to get exactly what they deserve.
For sure.
Exactly. Also, a Texas mother, I want to say she's pretty young. Oh, she's 18 years old.
Yeah.
Oh my God. 18-year-old Texas mom hires a hitman to kill her son.
To kill her son?
That is 3 years old.
Why? Why does she need? I mean, this is horrible, but why does she even need a hitman to do it? You know what I mean?
I have no. how she's young, obviously not mentally stable.
Yeah.
Maybe feels like her whole life, she's had this child and now has to raise this child by herself. Because she's 18, the baby is 3.
Yeah, she had him when she was 15, 14.
Yeah, 14, 15
Pregnant at
years
14,
old, pregnant, and I know Latinos, man, I'm telling you, when I got pregnant with Kason when I was 17, 18, I was graduating from high school, actually, and my parents, I mean, I didn't really have no choice. Really, my mom was like, you about to have that baby. You was being an adult.
Yeah, you think you're an adult, right?
You think you're an adult when you're about to have that baby. But I'm grateful that I did. And my parents were there the entire step of the way. You know what I'm saying? I had them as my backup. I was still able to, 18 years old, ain't telling what she's going through. Maybe can't get out with her friends. Maybe, maybe the baby daddy ain't helping her. She's on her own. You know what I'm saying?
So
That
was
takes
this
pressure.
hitman like undercover? How did they, or he felt bad? He like, I'm not killing a 3-year-old.
She sent him pictures of the baby and everything, address, where the baby live, everything.
She's
I know
bugging.
that is not funny, Kason.
It's
I know
not.
it's like, it's unbelievable,
It's just,
though.
yeah, that's why I'm laughing at. It's funny that she even thought that this was gonna work.
It's just unbelievable. Of course, the hitman is going to call the police
Yeah, he's
and
like,
say,
nah, only 8 years and above. Like, what, he has guidelines too.
only 8 years,
Yeah,
probably
he's like, no.
over 25 and above.
Yeah.
Like,
Nah, probably 20
what
and older,
hitman is
yeah.
going to kill a 3-year-old?
Yeah, that's insane.
Who sets you up with the hitman to kill
Dark
your
web.
child? The dark web.
You get on the dark web and find anything.
Really?
There's people that buy body parts on the dark web, and they'll ship it to your house. That's how all that fentanyl and everything gets to America. Dark
Man,
web.
I know the dark web exists, but I sure didn't think you can hire a hitman on the dark web.
For sure.
Y'all, this is so shocking to me that in her mind she didn't see a problem with it.
No, she's wild. She definitely should be in. She needs a mental evaluation.
She needs psychiatric help, and not only that, maybe, like I said, Latino parents. You have
was
the
she
baby.
Latin?
Yeah, she's a Latina.
Oh man.
I know. It hurt. But I was thinking maybe they're not helping her with the baby. Maybe the father's not involved. I don't know her situation.
Dang.
But it is very sad to me that an 18-year-old is thinking about killing her 3-year-old.
Yeah, I mean she
And it's obviously that she had some type of feeling that she couldn't do it herself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she was like,
I can't do it, but let
Yeah.
me hire somebody. I mean, you have to think about that. You got to have some type of...
I mean, just give them away to foster care or something, right?
Let somebody adopt them.
Adopt,
somebody that doesn't have a child, adopt them.
Yeah,
Like,
just tell them it was harder than you expected and you can't handle it. Scot free, you out in the world. You could go to the salsa with your friends now.
man, I tell you. So what's up with this? Are you on Threads?
I am on Threads.
You are on Threads. So they
Yes.
said, okay, so Threads is the new Twitter,
Yep.
which is handled by Instagram.
Instagram and
So it's
Facebook,
Instagram's version of
Twitter.
Twitter. It's
Yep.
called Threads. I just learned about this today, y'all. I didn't even know it existed. It's like, wait a minute, let me get on Threads. I have a Twitter account, but I'm never on there like that. So
Okay.
it's like,
It's good for like things that are happening in the moment. You know what I
Okay.
mean? It'll be going viral on there before it hits like Instagram. And stuff.
okay. So I need to check that out. But they said the one thing that they've noticed is if you delete Threads, it deletes because it's linked. Even today, y'all, I went on to Apple. I have an iPhone. Went on to Apple, downloaded the app. It intertwined it with or linked it to my Instagram, and I was able to go on there and create a
Just
new
instantly, yeah.
Thread account. So it's quick, but just think about it. If you decide to delete it, it deletes your Instagram account.
Yeah, that's what they say.
That might change though.
Yeah.
A lot of people complain about it. What you think?
Exactly. Yeah, no, they should change that. That doesn't make sense because it's a whole different app. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think that you think that they'll probably change that.
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
so,
And then
too.
you seen that Elon Musk just announced that he's changing the name of Twitter to X.
Why X though?
I don't. You know he has that thing called SpaceX. It seems like he's trying to like brand all his stuff together.
Oh,
and
to
I think
one
it's a horrible
platform.
idea though.
Yeah.
I think it's a horrible idea.
Like you bought Twitter, we know that,
Yeah.
Elon. Like it's been working the way. The little bird icon's been working all
Yeah,
these years.
now
How
it's
long Twitter been around?
13 years.
Man, 13 years it's been working. Why fix what's not broken?
Exactly.
I don't understand
Nah,
that.
he
And
about
then
to break it.
this X icon, and then people paying. Were people paying for Twitter?
People are paying now to have like the verification
Oh, the
mark and
verifications.
couple other
Okay,
things.
yeah, I seen that. Okay, paying $14.99 a month to
No,
be
Threads
verified.
is gonna come in and take that take over that area of social media because
Yeah, because
he's
it kind of
doing
looks the same.
exactly.
Wow, isn't that's not illegal for them to do that? Kind of like taking the idea from Twitter and making it a thing on Instagram. I would think it would be
Yeah, I've heard.
some infringement rights or something.
Yeah, I heard that this is just some conspiracy stuff. But you remember Elon fired a bunch of people when he bought Twitter. I heard that those people helped work on this Threads.
Oh,
That's
for
what they-
Instagram.
Yeah.
Elon, you can't fire the people that are working on your
Yeah,
stuff,
they're like,
man.
we're gonna make something better.
That's crazy. Crazy as heck. Yep, I heard about that.
but yeah,
it already
probably-
started. Did it start the new X link?
They said today.
Oh, today is the day,
Yeah,
guys.
today is the
Oh
day
my
for X.
goodness. So this is we tape on Sundays. So by the time y'all see this, the X thing will come out. But at TT's house brought it to you 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Ha ha. What about this? Did you hear about the little girl that got burnt by a chicken nugget from McDonald's?
What?
3rd-degree burns.
Damn,
Her
she
family
about-
got
I was about
$800,000.
to say, yeah, she about to get some the chicken nuggets for life.
800,000, Kason. She got for y'all. I'm looking in my notes now. 800,000 they got for a chicken nugget burn.
Chicken nugget burn.
I mean,
Whoa.
is it coming out the hot grease that hot? Like when they're giving it to you?
I mean, it must have been fresh out the, like, cause you know I used to work at McDonald's. That was my first job.
Oh, yeah, I
When
remember.
you dropping them, it might had to be like they must have been out of nuggets in the thing, and then as soon as they took them out the fryer, they put them in the.
Thing. So it must have had grease still on them.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
didn't shake them off. Remember, Zaul used to be like, "Ooh, Kason, you smell like a cheeseburger."
Yeah, I do remember that.
He'd be like, "Ooh, you smell so good."
I remember when he was.
He's like 5.
Yeah, he used to be like, when I grow up, I want to work at McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Yeah,
He used to love Kason coming home saying, "Ooh, you smell like McDonald's
Yeah,
French
'cause I used to
fries."
have
It was funny
cheeseburgers
because he
in
was
my
only like
pocket.
5. Yeah, cheeseburgers in your pockets and stuff, and bringing him a cheeseburger. It was so funny.
Yeah, they used to
But
be
kids,
hilarious.
yeah, they're so impressionable at that age. He was like, "I want to work at McDonald's."
Yeah.
Do you ask him today? Does he want to work at McDonald's? Hell no, he don't want to work at McDonald's at all. So anyway, so let's go on to our finance section. I want to talk about so greens and greens is our finance section. And what did I say I was talking about today in finance?
It was something about older people using Venmo.
Oh
and-
yes, let's talk about the generational gaps in
Exactly.
in finance, using financial applications or whatever. So this is by Finance Buzz, y'all. Generational financial gaps. Can Gen Z write a check and can baby boomers use Venmo? Which I thought was really good
That is a
because
good-
think about it. I don't think Zahul has ever written a check.
No, I've never.
Do
written
we
a
even
check.
use checks anymore? Do you know I get frustrated? Y'all, I get frustrated when I go to the store and an older person is in front of me and pulls out a checkbook.
checkbook? That's
Why do
crazy.
you not have a debit card?
Yeah.
Why are you pulling out a checkbook?
Yeah, I mean that's just what it's worked for them until they stop taking checks. You know.
I'm surprised we're still taking checks.
Yeah, me too. Because those things were bouncing and all that. Like, no, I definitely would have. It's a good thing checks weren't around. I would have been scamming
Yeah,
people for sure.
scamming oh my God! Remember, people used to go to jail
Yeah,
for
for that,
scamming,
yeah. I'd
stealing
have
people's
definitely
checks
been
and,
bouncing them everywhere.
Yeah, bouncing them everywhere. Even if you personally were bouncing checks, you go to jail for that.
Yeah,
stuff.
for bouncing your own checks.
Your own
Yeah,
checks.
yeah.
Like not only anybody stealing your checks, but bouncing your own checks, you can go to jail for that. So they did a survey. It's called Manage Money, Save Money. Does being a baby boomer automatically make you a good saver? I don't know. I'm not a baby boomer, so I wouldn't know. Does Gen Z even know how much money is in their bank accounts? We surveyed 1,000 people to find out.
Okay.
So it's basically just talking about how different generations are adapting to financial literacy, basically. So I know a lot of older people, they don't believe like acorns for investing. They're not using these apps for
Yeah.
investing money to, do their. I met a guy my age that wasn't banking online.
Really?
And I was like, how are you not? The app is there. Why are you not banking? I just go into the bank. But why?
Why? It's way
All you have to
easier.
do is scan your check, take a picture front and back, and it'll automatically deposit. Why are you going physically into a bank? And this is someone, I'm not a baby boomer or a Generation X or Z. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're Generation Z.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what I am. I'm a millennial.
You're a
maybe?
millennial.
Yeah, I have no
Generation Z. And Zaul's generation. Is it X and then Z?
idea.
Man, I forget, y'all. Tell
the
me.
generations.
Pull it up, Kason.
What would I even search for that generation?
What are the generation? Ask them the ages for Generation Z. I think Generation
Defining
Z.
generations. Here
Yeah,
we go.
that's Zaul, I think. Generation Z, y'all, I think is Zaul's age group, 22.
So
Let's find out.
So people born from 1928 to 1945 are considered the
Baby.
silent.
Silent.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
They did.
Grimy. 1946 to 1964 are boomers.
Okay.
65 to 80 is Generation X.
Okay.
Millennials is 81 to 96. And then, Generation Z is 97 to 2012.
Okay. So that's Zaul. To 2012. Okay, so they're Generation Z. I'm Generation X. You're a millennial. So we all do things differently. So the key findings for this survey was that baby boomers are the only ones in our survey who are less than 80% confident they can use a mobile app for payment. 80%. That's a lot.
I mean, they can barely see probably.
Put your glasses on.
Yeah.
Get a magnifying glass.
Yeah, enlarge the text on your phone.
Nearly half of Generation Z have never written a check. So what if something happens and you can't, say the electronic
Things
collapses
like that. Yeah.
and you can't use your card and you have to write a check. They don't even know how to write a check.
Do they even give you checks still when you open an account?
They do.
I don't got no checks.
I mean, USAA did. I don't know.
Yeah, probably so.
And I know that when I opened up, I have a Capital One debit account too that was just separate that I
Recently?
use for my business. Yeah, they sent me a check too. They didn't send a whole book.
Yeah, they sent
Probably
one.
like 10.
Yeah,
You know what
they
I'm
was wasting
saying?
mad paper.
And it says millennials are more likely than other generations to believe college education is the path to making good money, which is shocking to me because I thought we were the Generation X
Yeah, I
was
thought so too.
the college education era.
Yeah.
But they're saying, no, millennials are the ones that go to college and use college as their stepping stone to making good money.
Yeah, I mean that's probably true because it was different when I didn't want to go to college. You know, people weren't used to hearing that. When I'm like, no, I'm not. The college route isn't the route for me. Everybody that I went to school went to college for real.
So I'm going to give you what financial products do different generations use, which I thought this was very interesting to me because between us and the millennials, like we're very close in thinking, Generation X and millennials, which is weird to me. Online banking, only 26% of boomers, 46% of Gen X, millennials 52%, and Gen Z 40%.
Online banking.
So baby boomers are the lowest in online banking, where millennials bank more online.
So, but then why does Generation X not bank as much online?
I don't know. It says, this is a survey of 1,000
Or
people.
Gen Z. Gen Z is on them, right?
Yeah,
So how
they're
they go
40%.
down? How they go down and not up from like millennials?
I guess they don't bank online. You think about it. I had to get Zaul to open up a bank account.
Huh.
So maybe they're not using bank accounts. Maybe they're just
Cash
going
App
cash.
cards and stuff.
Yeah, Cash App and that kind of stuff.
That's true.
Yeah. So that was investing apps. We just talked about this. Boomers are not using investing apps to put they don't trust that stuff. They're like, hell no, this is electronic. It's funny because they're like, I don't even want to pay you through Venmo or Cash App. I don't have none of those.
None of it, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, but you're not with the times. Like you're way behind. What's going on? 11% use investment apps, boomers. 20% Generation X, which is us. Millennials 35%, and Gen Z is 28%. I'm surprised we don't use it. I just started using like Acorns maybe about 5 years ago.
Okay.
It's a good little app. Mobile payments like Apple Pay and the wallet and using your card to scan. 15% of boomers, 37% Generation X, 52% millennials, and 56% Gen Z.
Yep.
Gen Z is just like boop, Apple Pay,
yeah,
boop,
boop,
Apple
boop,
Pay, boop, boop, boop. Yeah, boop, boop, boop. So you have to pay that sucker back. Then what you doing? That's what I want to know. Okay, BNPL, like Klarna. Oh, so payment services like Klarna, Affirm, where you can buy stuff up front and then make payments on it.
Oh yeah, I ain't never do that.
So 15% boomers, definitely not. Generation X is 37%. Oh no, I'm lying. Hold on. Nope, I'm lying, y'all. Let me go back. 7% boomers. Generation X 17%. Millennials 31%. And then Gen Z 22%.
Oh, word?
So y'all the biggest on
Millennials is
using
bugging.
the pay apps.
Yeah.
Buy now, pay later.
Yeah,
I've never been layaway type.
Never doing
No. Let me rephrase.
No, you was the
like
queen of
layaways. I was
layaways
the
back
queen
in the
of
day.
layaways.
For sure.
Because y'all, let me tell you why I was the queen. My mom was the queen of layaways
Yeah.
too. Because I always felt like I'm not giving y'all all my money up
Right
front,
now.
and I
I'll
don't
come back
need it
and
right
get it.
now.
Yeah, I'm a
But when
wonder.
I need it, I'm going to just go ahead and pay until it's paid up. Don't laugh. That's true. Hey, that's the best thing. A lot of stuff I used to do that: sheets, blankets, towels, washcloths, like things that I didn't need immediately, but I was like, oh, I just need some extras.
Yeah,
And
but
I would go put stuff on layaway.
this buy here, pay here and thing is just another version of a credit card, like something that they're
Right,
giving you
because
the
there is an
product
interest.
already. Yeah.
There is an interest charge on
You
it.
have to pay. It's
Yeah,
like different
and-
than a layaway because you don't have to go back for the layaway.
No,
if
you
put it-
don't.
know
But
what I
you
mean?
want to get your money back if you
Exactly.
cancel it. Kmart was my favorite place to do layaways, y'all. I ain't going. Kmart, I love y'all. Big thumbs up to Kmart. A lot of Kmart's closed, but let me tell you, I love Kmart.
Yeah, Kmart.
Kmart was my layaway place. I ain't lying. Christmas for y'all? Shoot, let me
Boy.
get some toys from Kmart. When Toys R Us went out of business,
Yeah.
man, where was you getting toys from? Target. I don't know. Does Target have layaways? Probably not.
Probably not. I don't
No,
think
I
nobody
think
got
Kmart was
layaways
the
no more.
only big place.
Yeah.
Well, these Klarna and pay apps like this allows you to kind of lay it away, but you're getting it immediately.
getting it instantly.
But there's an instant charge too for
Yeah.
that. So, which is different than Kmart. Kmart gonna charge you a one-time layaway fee. And that's it. Y'all use Kmart for y'all layaway.
Are Kmart still around?
Yes, there's still some Kmart's around, and I still love Kmart too. P2P, so pay to pay payment apps like Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. 49% boomers. I'm surprised. I'm really surprised at that. 75% Gen X, 78% millennials, and 72% Gen Z.
Gen Z is they just doing whatever they want.
They wanna do
I
whatever.
don't understand that.
What is a robo-advisor, though? Do you know what that is?
Nah.
I don't know what that is either. I'm gonna have to look into that. Robo-advisor says 2% boomers, 5% Gen X, 15% millennials, and 9% Gen Z. You don't know what it is, and it's something y'all do.
Let me see.
Let me see. I'm gonna look and see too.
Automated investing.
Oh,
Yeah.
y'all are using that. So is that like doing the stocks and stuff?
Maybe it's proven highly attractive, especially to new investors with modest assets. I'm not trusting somebody else or a computer. I mean, I did hear that they simulated an AI to trade stocks, and it traded it was up 512%.
Wow,
So maybe
really?
I do need the robo advisor.
Man, so you can see definitely how there's disparities amongst generations and what we're using for finances. You got to do what works for you.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, I think that people are naturally afraid of, even with Cash App. I don't like to use Cash App
No,
like
I
that
don't like
because
Cash
I feel
App
like
either.
you send money to the wrong person, you ain't getting your money back.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can send money to the wrong person.
Yeah.
Even when I use Zelle, sometimes it even says before you send a Zelle payment, it'll say if you're sending this to the wrong person, you might not get this money back.
Yeah.
Which to me is weird because you're paying from your bank account to another person's bank account.
Yeah. And
You know
then
what I'm
what sucks
saying?
with Cash App too is that Say somebody sends you money for a service, they can refund it. They could put in a refund on their end, and PayPal too. PayPal is notorious for giving the money back to the person before they even asking you to dispute it, like or asking you about how you feel.
Yeah, how you feel about it. I like that. I started using PayPal again because I hadn't used it in a long time. I had some work being done here, and the young man preferred PayPal, and I was like, oh, I don't even know if I still have a PayPal, but I did. It was still linked and everything. So, I mean, hey, there's so many choices out here. I understand the whole computer electronic thing. There's no trust in it because people can come in and take your money or whatever. That can happen anywhere. Scams can happen. Banks can be compromised. If they're, better hope it's FDIC insured, then make sure your money's insured. I mean, there's a lot of things out here. Do what works for you. I just wanted to bring you some financial information. Hey, thanks for being here today at TT's house. We'll see y'all next week.